right, it's round 2 of some all signs readings. And what we're going to do is your rising sign. So this is going to be a message for the part of you that is public, the part of you that others see, that is on the surface, okay? It's the part of you that is like what's called your second self. It's maybe your ego. So this is actually a good thing. And I want you to consider this. Saying more light required. Excuse me. One moment. Okay. Your chair. What is holding you back? Let me remove the obstacle. Okay. Fair enough. So, yes, it is saying that you have this ego for a reason. Your ego is to protect your body, number one, and it's to protect your image in that body. If you're made in the image of God, well, you were born with this need to fit an image so that you are a part of it. How do I mean that? So when you're born, you're part of the world now, and you're needing to be included. And so your ego develops all these things for you to be included, because ultimately the thing that makes you happy is being included. Okay? When we go through mental illness, we often isolate, and that is the part that can exclude us. So this is about ego. The rising sign is about how you look to others, how you look in other people's eyes, how other people view you, probably without getting to know you. It's a little harsh, but kind of true, right? So let's do rising for Aries through Pisces. And I'm doing a Lenormand reading here. The messages for Aries through Pisces on rising sign. So pick your rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, there are websites available online that can help you determine your rising sign. You do need to know what time you were born and where for that to be accurate. However, I know that there's a deck of cards that I don't have that can determine at least like if it was day or night. Okay, so rising signs. Aries through Pisces, the messages from the Lenormand. St. Michael, please protect all signs. Virgin Mother, please intercede on all signs' behalf. And once again, I'm just going to do 3 for Aries. Okay. 3 for Aries. Okay. Never mind. I'm not doing all those blessings, sorry. This is for Aries. Rising sign messages. Oh, wow. So Aries. Girl talk, girl talk. You have a decision coming up here. And on the looks of it, how it looks to you is you shine, okay? So everybody sees you as this shining light, fairy tale story, like you didn't do anything to get there, only because you're really never acting out of like pain, okay? So you're acting out of a place of pure abundance and growth, and your ships are here every day. You're living in a energy of warmth and gratitude. The sun here, okay? So this is you, and this is how everyone sees you. Everyone thinks, oh, they're just happy, because that's how Aries is. They're just happy all the time. Okay. There's going to be a decision, a crossroads that you're going to have to make. There's going to be 2 people. Or it could be the same person and a decision that you make with this person that decides which way it goes. But one of the people you're going to have to cut off. You're going to have to choose somebody who displays hard work, who displays humble qualities. So here's the woman, the young woman. There's Cinderella, okay, working hard, and also just very humble, and she's so gentle that she attracts animals. So this person, there will be one person who maybe isn't like the best looking or the best or the most well dressed or has the most money, but this person is actually the one that you should consider choosing for your ego. Okay, now I'm not sure what that means, but there's also a snake here. Okay, somebody who is like venomous, they said. Now the snake can mean a lot of things. It can be about health. It can be about your car, they said. It can be about the tongue. That's what they showed me here, the tongue. Someone here is a slick talker, a smooth talker. Someone here will hypnotize you with their words, right? Look at that little meerkat. This is snake says, oh, don't worry about me. I'm not here to harm you, little meerkat. Come here, right? So I feel like there's a person here who's like, come under my wing, Aries. You've got it good here. And then there's a person who like, might not appear to be anyone's hero, but actually is a real hero. And you're going to have to choose between the two. Okay, Aries rising. This is if you're Aries rising. So that's your message for Aries rising. All right, Aries, keep shining. Keep shining bright. I hope you pick Cinderella. Okay, let's do Taurus. Taurus, messages for Taurus rising, your rising sign. Taurus rising. Once again, you can find your rising sign online. I know a few websites out there will give you your rising sign for free. And that is something that you can come, but you do need to know the time of birth, the time of your birth. I can't help you find it. I'm sorry. But this is for your Taurus rising signs out there. And let's get those messages for Taurus from the Lenormand. Here we have the ring. We have the bear. We have the garden. We have the moon. And we have the child. So Taurus risings, people see you as someone who is solid, financially secure, a good parent, a very happy family, someone who lives in their emotional wealth, and someone who's quite youthful. I don't see anything like really concerning about that. I do think that if you're a Taurus rising, that it's not always like everything's all good all the time. Although you do have a lot of luck as a Taurus rising and a lot of commitment here. Green is your color. So green is the heart chakra. Taurus rising, the secret to a Taurus rising is to keep your heart open, they said. The emerald, and I believe that this is the gemstone of Taurus, but there is this like Taurus energy within the ring. I know that Taurus is a very committable creature here. So Taurus rising looks like you commit. It looks like you protect. It looks like you're secure. It looks like you're financially savvy. Taurus rising can be very sisterly energy, even if you're a masculine, because of Venus's impact on your sign. And whether you're masculine or feminine, you love children. So you can be a teacher. You could have a brood of children yourself. You could be the neighborhood cool neighbor person who has like a playground or a trampoline or something for people to enjoy. You might just be able to really see in the springtime here, Taurus rising, that you have a certain peacefulness and gentleness to you. I also see the moon here, and the moon, there's that castle. You did have to navigate a lot of treachery and dark woods and big tree stumps and things like that, where you could have a million times rolled over that cart and you didn't. You chose to travel by night so that you could stay steady on your path towards your dreams, okay? And Taurus rising people see you as deserving. They also see you as short-lived potentially. So a lot of times if there's a jealous person in your vicinity, they may want you to fail, okay? That's not for everybody. I would say that this child is your inner child, is your acceptance of your inner child, is your placating the inner child by being kind. Taurus risings tend to look like as though they are without flaw. But I do see that inside they are just a big baby and that they have a lot of room and space for other people. So that's your messages right now for Taurus rising signs. Let's do Gemini rising. So Gemini rising from the Lenormand here. 3 shuffles for Gemini rising from the Lenormand. 3 shuffles for Gemini rising from the Lenormand. 3 shuffles. Oh, beep, boop, beep, boop, pop. Okay, here we go, Gemini rising. Okay, we have Mr. Fix-It, they said, Mrs. Fix-It. Wow. Yeah, okay, so like, I think overall, if you're a Gemini rising, people find you very hard to get to know. Even if like you had like a soft sign underneath that, you know, like an outgoing sign underneath that, that Gemini risings are a little bit of a hard energy to be vulnerable with, right? You love to get together with people. People think that you're like the life of the party, or that you love to get together with people, or like entertain people or teach people, that you love to get up in front of people, publicly speak, that you're a problem solver, right? And a fix-it person, so that you can fix anything, right? And you don't have an answer that says I can't. Okay, you say how can I constantly, right? 33 is your number, Gemini rising. For Gemini rising, they see you like as happily married, right? And they question like, well, they can't be that happily married, right? That Gemini is a Gemini. So you might get a lot of like people who assume things about your love life, or assume that your love life is rocky or troubled. If you look the part, they will say like, oh, they cheat on their spouse, something like that, where it's just like kind of hatersville here. But I do show that you are very, very much appearing to be hardworking and very much a homebody here as well. So like you go out, you spend your best energy. It could be like a profession of yours, but home is definitely where you find peace and centering. It's where your person is, or your people are. Yeah, you like your home, and people like to come over. They said people like your parties, they like your engagements because you're fun. Yeah, they think you're fun. They also kind of think that you're really, really like moody, or like really, what's the word? Like cold or distant. They think that you're really hard to get to know. I think I said that in the beginning. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Gemini, on your rising sign. Cool. Let's do Cancer rising sign. Cancer. Cancer rising. Cancer rising. Cancer rising. Messages for Cancer rising. Messages for Cancer rising. Okay, saying, Michael, please protect Cancer, Virgin Mother, please see my kids. Yeah, I didn't say I was going to do that, but maybe I need that this round. Oh, look at you, the lilies, the coffin, the cross, the crossroads, and the stork. So if you're Cancer rising, you might have this like thing going on where you appear to be some sort of grief counselor for everybody, where you have been through so much and seen so much death and grief and oh my goodness, that people think that you're a real bummer. No, I'm kidding. People come to you with their problems a lot. They may see you as an escape artist or like an addict or something, that you want to escape all this grief and pain. But I think that they also see you as someone who's super peaceful and loving, someone who's super experienced, who's seen it all, who has kissed a lot of frogs, you know, Cancer rising, that you're pretty watery energy. A lot of people might view you as like unhealthy because you may be a little bit overweight, which is like really bullshit. Also, I do see that a lot of people see your pain in whatever like art that you do. If you are a creative, you also appear to have like a lot of ancestry, and so people can be like a little bit intimidated by your presence and you not understand why. You also may be pregnant a lot. Like to other people, like, damn, Cancer's always pregnant, or Cancer's always with kids, something like that. But I think that also like you need, like they think that maybe you need a break or an escape from the children, or the nurturing that you do. You also have this death energy coffin here of really accepting the pain in life and really just being like, you know, there's deep pain in life, you know, and like you just understand it, or you don't cause it, you just live, and then you live through this. And I do see like an all dogs go to heaven kind of vibe for you, like Cancer rising, if you came here, that you would have maybe like this be your last lifetime potentially, or I don't like to get into that, but I think that, you know, there's a certain quality here to your wisdom. I also think that you could be called upon for things like priesthood or shamanism or whatever cult you belong to here. And you're an occultist. They say that you have special intuition, special abilities, that you hear things in the wind. They also say, as a Cancer rising, that you you have a ripple effect towards others, especially when you get out of how people view you. You know, when you decide something, it's usually on the side of you not having to face whatever deep pain there is. It's weird. It's like you make a decision to stay out of it. And you do that pretty consistently. It makes you kind of popular in a way. But yeah, those are the messages I have for Cancer rising. All right, we have Leo rising. Leo rising. So this is a little message for Leo rising from the Lenormand. 3 shuffles for Leo rising from the Lenormand. 3 shuffles from the Leo rising from the Lenormand. Okay, here we go. Leo rising, again, we have the coffin, we have the rider, we have the dog, we have the book, and we have the stars. So I see that people kind of view you as somebody who's always going through it, like somebody who's always got a complaint, somebody who is really kind of annoying in a way. Like a lot of people might hate on you for when you have something bad happen or when you're going through your grief process, because they always want you to be the sun. You know, like they always want you to appear sunny and happy and have that disposition and be cheerful, you know, really spread that love and warmth, which you can do as a Leo rising, sure. It's kind of superficial of you because you're like, I'm not really happy inside. So they kind of like view you as this person that like has a lot of endings and death in their life maybe, or is like death, like a grief spiritualist or counselor or something. And they want to befriend you for that. Like they see your pain and then they want to befriend you in your pain. They see you as wise and they see you as somebody who gives good advice. They also see you as a teacher or someone that they can learn with, somebody who's a good mentor, somebody who can study well together with them if they're in school. And then also somebody who, like, if they've lived their life, has read millions of books, right? So then they see you as this, like, really smart person that you almost can't, like, mess with, right? And then they also see you as the stars, which is, like, really cool, because if you're a Leo rising, they always see you, like, achieving your dreams and making, like, dreamscapes happen in real life and, you know, living those dreams. And they see you praying, or they see you wishing upon a star. They see you talking to your grandmothers and grandfathers. They see you with your fairies, which are the spirits of dead pets. They also see this peace and harmony about you, that your friendship is invaluable. As a Leo rising, they see that about you, and kind of not a bad look to have, right? So that's kind of your message for Leo rising. Kind of. It is your message. I mean, really. All right, let's do Virgo. This is for Virgo rising. 3 shuffles for Virgo rising. 3 shuffles for Virgo rising. Okay. Okay, what do we have to know about Virgo rising? We have the whip, we have the coffin, we have the ship, we have the scythe, and we have the book. Virgo, I mean, it's like typical Virgo stuff here, but people see you as somebody who is not afraid to cut someone off or show somebody what they think about them, or like somebody who's on a journey of endings, you know, somebody who, I think people fear you, Virgo rising, because they fear that you might abandon them, you know, or leave. But you might have had a lot of people leave you, whether they're alive or not. I think that you also present that to people, that getting rid of that grief is something that you're really good at. It's a journey of yours, right? And then to replace grief, you put knowledge in there. So we have the scythe and the book. So the scythe is like through travel and exploration, and also through a lot of research, knowledge, reading. You gather that information and you have this wisdom, this knowledge, okay? So people see you as very smart, always, right? A teacher, somebody who is like more than a teacher, a prophet even, or somebody who could be like a professor, somebody who's on a higher level, higher education, higher standards, they said. So you're on this journey of like small deaths or large deaths, but it does create this thing where people see your standards are very, very high. And sometimes that can intimidate people, but you come from humble background. So there's like this whole dynamic that people like view you as. It's very interesting because the coming from humble background, like how would they know that? You know? Like I took this one thing and I made it into 5 things or 15 things or 1,000,000 things, right? So they see you and your success, but this isn't just something that they see you as, maybe because you let them know. It's like a vegan that lets you know all about veganism. But maybe this is something that you let people know is like you worked hard for your money, you earned every penny, that kind of thing. That could be something that people around you think about you. They also think that you're very resilient as a Virgo rising, that you, you never say die, like you'll never surrender, okay? So that can be good or bad, right? There's no judgment or right or wrong here. I think that Virgo rising would be a very interesting rising sign to have. Okay, so let's talk about Libra rising. 3 shuffles for Libra rising. 3 shuffles for Libra rising. 3 shuffles for Libra rising. And then what do we need to know about Libra rising? This is what other folks think kind of about you, Libra risings. So they see you, the ring, the scythe, the lady, the mature woman, the garden, and the rider. Okay, so I think that they see you as somebody who is in the middle of it all. Okay, so you are usually somebody who is in the middle of the politics, the group. You might be in management, you know, you're in the middle of things, right? So like you may be with the scythe and the ring, you may be a divorced person. They see you as someone who's like just better off alone or something. It's kind of a crazy thing to think about someone else. But they also might see you as someone who's very mature and has a super solid relationship and thinks that there's like a joke going on that you didn't like do all the work for it, but you definitely did. Like you have this partner who's really amazing and they see you guys around together and they say, oh, their life is easy. And you're like, no, like I called that in. Yeah. Or you got married later in life or something like that. Those could all be possibilities. This is for Virgo rising. And then I see the garden here. So what I'm showing in the garden is this pink color. And what I see is that the garden is where you get to be your Seven of Pentacles. That's like a Taurus energy. And I'm sorry, that's not a Taurus. Well, it could be a Virgo energy here. So I see you, Virgo, as somebody, I'm on Libra. I see you, Libra, as somebody who spends time in the garden. Oh, and they said that because, I see, they said that because you're a diverse person. So you have a lot of diversity around you. You have people that you take care of. There are very many sizes, shapes, colors, you know, personas, people that prefer different things. And you seem very adaptable to that. People really like that about you, that you're very like much a part of the group all the time. You kind of chameleon yourself to fit in wherever you go. And you always come to the rescue, Libra, because you know what to do in the moment. And you have the idea of like what the justice is of the situation. So you come riding in to like save the day if something's going on, especially if it was like someone's getting bullied at school or somebody young did something to someone else young, okay? So you have a real good parental figure in your life that you became like. And people, I don't know how people would see that in you, but I'm just like now just channeling. But I do think that you have this ability to kind of like rescue other people. And it's not like a disgusting thing that people are like, oh, look at Libra, they think they're so hot. It's like, no, dude, Libra really honestly wants other people to do well and will do anything, even for a stranger, you know? So I just see them like really admiring that about you and like how your selfless actions like keep the whole together. So, I mean, people love a Libra rising, apparently. That's awesome. All right, so let's do Scorpio rising. A little sip action. Excellent. Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising. 3 shuffles for Scorpio rising. 3 shuffles for Scorpio rising. Okay. And here we have the Lady, the Clover, the Sun, the Letter, and the Heart. Okay, so I see people see you as like, I mean, an amazing life. Like people see you as a master communicator, somebody who can definitely get their way, somebody who's happy and lucky, somebody who has a great person in their life, a great marriage, a lot of love surrounding them, a loving family, support. Somebody who also like is inherently like helpless or something, where people want to support you. You have a lot of unbridled support if you're a Scorpio rising, because you kind of know how to influence the crowd. But I see this wolf over here. They also could see you as somebody who has a really smooth talk about them, right? But I don't see any negative things here about like how people view you. I see them like saying like you could hurt others, but you're not going to. Yeah. And I see you, they think you're very lucky, and they think that you're very blessed, and that they see you and your spirituality a lot, that your spirituality might be a little bit different but you're abundant because of that spirituality and like talking to your ancestors and friends and things. So I don't get a lot of negative things here. Love, I get, you know, shining. I get like that you shine when it's time. I feel like you share and spread luck, and that you work. You know, you might be a chef or a cook or something. People like that about you, that you're a good cook, or baker. Yeah, they like your house full of animals potentially. Like they might see you as just this like large menagerie of love. Okay, that's what I have for you, Scorpio rising. Let's do Sagittarius rising. 3 shuffles for Sagittarius rising. 3 shuffles for Sagittarius rising. 3 shuffles for Sagittarius rising. 1, 2, 3 shuffles for Sagittarius rising. I think that was 2. Let me do one more. Okay. What do we have for Sagittarius rising? Okay, we have, again, the lady. I did shuffle these and cut them. We have the bear, the young woman. Okay. We have the tree. We have the anchor. And we have the fox. Sagittarius rising. Okay. I see that people view you, Sagittarius, as somebody who had a rough childhood and came out of it with like a bunch of splendor and glory, and like really, really looks good financially, has a lot of money and a lot of wealth, is invested, knows what assets to buy, that kind of thing. Also could be a very like abundant parent where you live in the suburbs and raise your kids without, you know, any like hardships, and you have like happy kids. There's also a real energy of family here, that family comes first always, that you have a really stable family tree that is very important to you. They might see you being into like, what's that called, ancestry.com, or like finding out about your family history, your family tree. And they also see you as like the neighborhood rock, the stability person, the person who has like a haunting appearance that they cannot like shake off of them when they see you. So there's something that you do to people as a Sagittarius rising that's kind of like you hold their attention, but you don't like demand anything for it, but they can't forget you. It's an interesting energy to have. And then they also see you as this cunning, smart, stealthy, smooth talking, funny individual who could be a little bit shady. Okay, so a lot of times people might think, well, look at all the things that Sagittarius has. They must have stolen something to get all those things, you know, or something like where it's like kind of ridiculous like that. But otherwise, if they enjoy your foxiness, and they might say that too, that you have like a certain sexiness about you as a rising sign of Sag. So this is like kind of how you appear to people, whether you try to or not, you're going to be like attractive to them. Yeah, and I do also see like a water side to you, that like you have a spiritual side that like lived a past life or something like that, where you're very interesting to people. Okay, cool. I wonder what's cooking if you're a good cook, Sag. Okay, let's do Capricorn rising. Let's do Capricorn rising. 3 shuffles for Capricorn rising. I feel like it's my birthday. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm a Capricorn rising, so I'm like, we'll see. We'll see how this reading comes for me, because I probably should have done this first, because I would have had more control over the reading. But we'll see. This is just kind of like a crapshoot. I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. Okay. All right, this is for Capricorn rising. One more for Capricorn rising messages. People. Oh boy, am I going to be super accurate? My nose is itching. Okay. Oh my. Oh boy, Capricorn rising. What's going on? Okay. I have the gentleman, the mature gentleman. I have the young gentleman. I have the mice, the sun, and the child. So Capricorn rising, I see you as an entrepreneur and also as a person who knows the landscape of any particular. So they look at you as a young, like, passionate, go-getting new person. This could be like work energy, or they look at you as somebody who just knows all about this particular topic. So an expert as well as an entrepreneur. Yeah. They also are intimidated by you. So the mice are here. So people are generally seeing you as someone who intimidates them, makes them nervous, or very hard to approach you. They see you as having a lot of problems that you don't like acknowledge because they see you as like someone who's like beyond, personable or human or something. So there's like a lot of issues that people sense about you, but like they don't tell you that. And then they see you also as the sun. So like, fuck these people anyways, but like, sorry about my language. They see you as the sun, which is like, they see you as someone who could rescue them. They see you as somebody who can come through in a pinch. Somebody who's got the right timing and tools to be able to wake someone up, and help them live a more free lifestyle because they did the work of like being wise and also being risky at the right times. Yeah. They see you too, though, that like you're playful. And this is something that like Capricorns don't often get. So they see you as like a baby, like you're playful. They can see you as like someone who might be the person who takes the joke, or like the straight character that like, doesn't smile or laugh at the joke, but makes everybody laugh with their deadpan humor. They also see you as somebody who is like kind of searching or innocent and needs somebody, but are afraid maybe of asking you if you need help because you appear to be unapproachable for them. So that's what I have for you, Cap rising. Very interesting. Yeah, it's like an impossible thing. That's weird. All right, Aquarius rising. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. You poor people, Aquarius rising. That's so funny. So let me do 3 for Aquarius rising. Okay, that was 2. And then 1 more. Let's do Aquarius rising. Okay. So Aquarius rising, we have the letter, the ring, the mature gentleman, the coffin, and the heart. Yeah, Aquarius rising, pretty cool message here, actually. I think that what people, kind of tend to see you as is like somebody who can communicate with authority and passion and like really believe in what they're saying and actually has general knowledge and expertise, right? I will die on that hill, like that kind of like, I'm right, you should listen to me type of thing, right? So people see you as a very passionate voice, and they also, might see you as like a person who hoards cats, or like somebody who has a lot of weird animals in their house or something. It's like a weirdness. Of course it is, because it's Aquarius, right? And they see you kind of like, if you have animals, they're feral, which would really be funny. But I just see you as like, you have all these spirit protectors that might be animals from your past that like people didn't really like, or people don't really like your pet. Kind of a weird thing. But anyways, you let that stuff go really fast. Like you let things go really fast because you're a little bit different than other people. And you have nothing but love here, the heart. People love you, they love your weirdness. They love when you're yourself. They love when you appear to be this alien beauty that you are, okay? So I would just keep going with that energy. I know that they also show that I just think that you let it roll off of you, and sometimes that like isn't the way other people process things, so then they'll call you cold. Yeah. Anyways, okay, let's do Pisces rising, and then we can be out 5,000. Yeah, out 5,003. 5,220. 2023. That's what I was really getting at. Pisces rising, anyways. Anyways, Pisces rising. Pisces rising. Pisces rising, babies. Pisces rising, babies. Pisces rising messages for Pisces risings. Okay. Here we go. Yup. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh my gosh, the same thing as Capricorn rising. Interesting. You got like almost all the same cards. What did I show here for Pisces rising? We have the Tower, the Ship, the Young Gentleman, the Mature Gentleman, and the Mice. Pisces, I show that people, like, with you have Peter Pan syndrome. People think that you'll never grow up. Like that you try to grow up and you'll never grow up. And that could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. But it's like they see you as unreliable because you refuse to take maturity or responsibility on too seriously. They also see you as kind of a lone ranger or a lone, like a lone bird here. Somebody who does things by themselves, who likes to take on the lessons and attentions for themselves. And it's interesting because an actual Pisces would probably be gathering and culminating and documenting and, you know, organizing all of these emotional experiences through travel. But you're a rising sign, so where do you put that? It's interesting. Like it would depend on your other aspects, but people see you as a traveler or a lone person that does things independently. But they also see you as like someone that they can't rely on. That would be like too flaky. Yeah, unfortunately. So I would not really want to be a Pisces rising. I wouldn't want to look like a Pisces. That would be really hard to carry around. I also see a fierce protection around you though. Okay, and the Pisces rising can often like protect you from situations where if you make a mistake, people are like, well, they're unreliable anyways, so like we'll let it go. So kind of like come in handy for you. You offer a lot of love. They know that you're like basically harmless. Okay, so you just offer them love and you'll never hurt anybody else. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I have for you on these rising sign messages. I hope that helps. We'll see how this goes. It's a work in progress, aren't we all? Ciao, baby.